And away we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports. It's been a long time. I know it's been a really long time,
Yes.
and it would have been an even longer time. I had to bring my laptop out. I had to put my webcam on. So can you imagine? 3 years. But anyway, we've managed to pull it off. We have the unbeaten Vlad Sirenko, a good friend of my own, on the channel once again. Vlad, how are you?
Hello, hello. I'm very good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a long time. I've traveled to Africa, and you all sorts of things happen with you. So let me know what's been going on since we last spoke. I know there was an injury you had. Then there was obviously stuff that's going on in Ukraine now. So fill us in what's been going on.
Yeah, it was so many things going on in my life. Like you said, I firstly war started back in Ukraine, so I won't be able to come back to my house, to my home. So I go to America. I train in America, stay in America, uh, getting ready for the fight, get some injury there. So recover from an injury, now start fighting back, and now I'm here. I'm good. I'm in good health and ready to go for the big fights. Feeling myself absolutely amazing.
So let's
Uh,
talk about the injury. How bad was the? I know the injury was bad, but how bad actually was the injury? It kept you out for a while.
I was sparring, and during my sparring session, I pick up an injured from actually nowhere, and it was like not so good for me. I didn't expect it. You never can expect injury. So yeah, and it was kind of mentally tough for me because many things was going on, especially that war is very very badly hit me, mentally. So I was going through some dark stuff, but now everything is fine.
You're through the other side, and of course we had COVID as well. Let's not forget COVID and lockdown. We had all that
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
how so I know you talk about the dark place, and I don't want to take you back to the dark place, but sometimes the dark place is what we come out of it. It kind of strengthens us, and people kind of say, "Yeah, I kind of I understand where this guy is coming from. I felt that same way too," and it can be an inspiration to others because you've come through that. Um, how much involved was your family in this whole thing that was going in Ukraine? Because I know that Usyk's family was his wife was a lot of issues talked about his wife and stuff what was going on over there. What about yourself and your family, and how much were you affected by it?
Um, it's very difficult to explain this feeling.
Hmm.
It's something what I wish nobody ever will feel. It's very
Okay.
terrible feeling when you don't know your future, honestly. You know that your family, friends, people who you know, relatives staying in a dangerous place where they hitting with missiles every day. So and people used to that things, and it's very strange. Like for example, I'm talking to my uncle, and he's living in kind of dangerous area, but in Kiev. And he said, I didn't sleep well because this morning was very loud. Very loud, it means so it was missile attacks. And like couple of kilometers away from him, they shut down big missiles. So he said, my house jump up from wave of explosion, and he said it's very very scary. This is what people living through every day, even in a city like Kiev, what is the capital of Ukraine, where it's supposed to be like most safe place. But and I don't have so much to say about cities. What is the closest to Russia, like Kharkiv, Sumy city? They every day in kind of they killing people just just for no reason, with the missiles and explosions and all of that shit. It's absolutely madness.
Um, well, there's no words to. I can't. I don't know what. I don't know. I better not say anything because I've got nothing to really I can say because I've never experienced such. And you know, my prayers are with you and your family, of course, because
Thank you.
it's yeah. One thing I will ask is obviously you being Ukrainian, and of course Lomachenko, the Klitschko's, Usyk. At that time, were you all sort of in contact with one another because of the war, or were you all sort of separated? Because the idea would be because you're all boxers, you're all linked together because of the war. Was that the case, or was that you all kind of finding your own way and dealing with your own struggles?
Um, I know that I was joined some internet groups with a lot of Ukrainian sportsmen sharing information. We sharing information in our social media to so world can see what's actually going on. We
Yes.
communicating in that groups different sports, mostly Olympic sports, and
Okay.
yeah. So we have done that things. Yeah, of course. I'm not really big friends with these guys, but I have another friends who is a fighters and boxers. So
Okay.
I stay in touch with them and we talk and we communicate and trying to help each other. Of course, not just sportsmen or boxers, whole nation trying to do that because
Of
when
course.
people have a problem, you must help each other. It's only one way to join with the help.
Hmm.
So this is what we do.
Okay. So let's fast forward a little bit. So I'm gonna I'll throw I'll throw something out at you, and then you throw it back at me. All right. So if it's true,
Yes,
you'll just say true or not true. So the first thing was in this time. I know obviously you fought in South Africa. You fought on the K2 card. I think was the U6 card you fought on way back. Or was it against
yes.
Rudenko? Right. Yes. And
Uh,
then am I correct there in that? Is that incorrect? Was it
uh,
U6 card? Was it
I've I was
K2?
fighting. I was fighting in USYK card once, in his
Yes.
promotional, and I was fighting in another company back in Ukraine.
Okay.
And I don't remember if I was fighting in K2, but
Was it K2 or was it Usyk? I mean, it was the Rudenko fight I'm talking about. So that was the Rudenko fight that you would have been fighting.
yeah, yeah, it was another Ukrainian company.
Okay.
That was a B1 boxing, but they not working anymore because of the
Okay.
war. They stop doing
Oh,
shows and stuff.
sorry to hear about that. Okay. So then there was, it's true, there was talk about potentially you join either Al Heyman or joining Top Rank. And Top Rank, you would have to spar Jared Anderson. Is that true or is that not true?
When I came to United States, of course, I have like a goal to join a big
Mhm.
promotional company,
Yes.
and it was a different company what I like prefer, but at
Yes.
that moment it wasn't right connections and stuff. No invitations, So I keep fighting. I have a manager who will work long time, and you know all of these things. It's not easy to put straight, especially
Mm,
from a long pause what I have because of war, because of injury, and all of that stuff.
yes.
And but it's now it's better because we have a signed deal with Queensbury, and I'm
I
very
see.
excited about that. Yeah,
I
so
was delighted to hear because I'd known about behind the scenes trying to get yourself in position and position yourself to be. So when I heard, the first thing I heard, I saw the post and I got Ultratech Sports. Shout out to Ultratech because he was the one who sent it to me on Twitter. that you'd been signed, and I thought, hold on. Then I went to the website, and they said, like, I couldn't find any more information. Thought it was a scam at first, but it obviously is the truth. So then when I got that, so then we did a live show. Actually, the week before, myself and Eugene, he's Ukrainian, and we had a
Mm-hmm.
chat. We were talking about your name, Vlad Sirenko. I said, right. Well, at this point in time, Vlad Sirenko, what's he doing now? He needs to obviously step up. He needs to get into the limelight. It's his time now to shine. And as we said that, the week later, the announcement was with you and Queensbury Promotion. So how did that come about?
Long time. We was waiting for something like that, for a good opportunity to work with a big company. So and it's happened, you know. It was a tough time for me as well. Like for the fighter, you know, you must go and train every day. You fighting not the good fights what you want to fight, but you need to go through all of those things, you know. And one day something good will happen. So this is exactly what's happened to me.
So, what is the vision for Vlad Sirenko? Because obviously now we know we've got obviously Frank Warren is tied with Turkey Al Sheikh and the Saudi Arabia and the heavyweights all doing what they're doing at the moment. So it's a beautiful time for you to be in there. But what is it? You're 21 and old. You're unbeaten. Are you now going to be thrown? As we've just with myself and Eugene and the boxing community and YouTube were discussing, are you going to get thrown straight into a big fight? Are you going to be the are you the scalp, or are you the one that's going to be managed in a way that's going to allow you to get the good fights at the right time for you to then propel yourself up the rankings? What is it? Are you going to have to dive into a big fight, or are you going to be allowed to get back in because of the injuries you've had and the time out of boxing?
Um, I will start with it that I had long time scheduled fight for October somewhere there. We plan to do that with manager, and yeah, I have a fight scheduled for 1st October. It will be kind of keep busy fight for me, you know. So I'm training, preparing for that fight. It won't be a big name for me, but it will be another step for me to get back in the ring from a long pause from an injury. And later, I hope end of this year, I will have a chance to show myself with a much better opposition. Uh, I don't know where will be a fight. I don't know with who, but I feel like I'm mentally, physically ready for a good fight, and it will be a blessing for me to have a good match and have a chance
Absolutely.
to show my
Show what you can do.
skills, show
Absolutely.
who I am. You know, this is what I'm really looking for.
So I've got to ask this question as well. Are you still with James Ali Bashir, or have you moved on from that?
No, absolutely. I'm working with James. James is like mentor. You know,
Glad
uh,
to hear it.
at the time we are not together at this moment, but we still talking very often on the phone, on the camera.
Yes.
At this moment, I'm staying in Germany, living in Germany for some
Hmm.
time. I have a coach also here who is
Yes.
supporting me. So James on the line all the time. I'm doing sparring session, getting ready for the fight now. And
Okay.
yeah, we come back to United States. James gonna join us, and maybe we will stay in Germany, maybe and take him here, or maybe we will stay in the United States. I'm not sure yet.
Well, I think a lot of people will be relieved to hear that you're still with Uncle Bashir. Is that the same gentleman that was working with you when I came into camp with you before you had your fight in Germany? Remember when I came into camp with you? There was Uncle Bashir and there was another gentleman there who was going on the pads, doing the pad work with you. Do you remember?
I know it's not that guy. I think it was a
Okay.
long
Okay.
time ago.
Yeah, it
We
was a
have a
long time
people
ago.
who is coming in and coming out,
Yes.
but somebody staying for the rest of the time.
Okay. One of the things that we discussed in the YouTube community on BWTM Sports was that because obviously when Usyk was, and you're not Alexander Usyk, of course, you're your own man, but when Usyk got himself to the position of being champion of the world, there was a separation between himself and Uncle Bashir. And obviously, now that you've signed with Queensbury Promotions, the feeling could be that, oh, he's at Queensbury Promotions now. Maybe you will ditch your trainer and find another trainer. Has that ever been a conversation, or is that definitely something Sirenko will not be doing?
Um, in my opinion, I have enough experience and I already work with many coaches. We never have a problem with James that I work somebody on the side. I get in some experience from another people. Never a conversation between us. We have a beautiful relationship. We have a trust to each other. He's the main guy who is running the corner with me. He's always giving me advices, even if he's not together with me. So it's not a problem. But he's the main guy for me because we work from 2016 together. He's inspired me in one moment. When when I start my career, he helped me a lot, and he is more like a coach. Like I will say, he's a mentor. That will be a
Yes,
correct word. He's not a
fantastic.
young
That's
guy at all,
mhm.
and he's getting older and older. But his knowledge, his character, everything what he's bring to camp, to me especially, I love it, I respect it, and want to have it.
I'm so glad to hear that. So he adds value to Vlad Sirenko.
Absolutely.
So okay, so you have a fight. You're coming back. You're having a fight now. One of the things that you've actually mentioned about him being the only voice in the corner. If you saw Tyson Fury's recent fight against Usyk, there was lots of voices in the corner. What are your thoughts on that?
This is not how we operate. It's not how we like to do. But different teams, different corners. Maybe it's good for them, but for me it's not good. I like when one person talking. They can discuss something in a corner when I'm there, but when I'm sitting in the corner, one guy talking, I'm listening to him very closely, understanding what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. We have a small discussion, and I'm ready to go for the next round. This is way how we do. Different corners, different people, different way of doing things. So in maybe it's good for
20,
them.
2024. So I've kind of watched your development from where you were to how you are now. Do you think that now you are? I don't want to use the word prime, but do you think you've taken or absorbed as much from Uncle Bashir to be able to now say, right, I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to mix it with the best in the world. Are you at that stage yet? Or do you think you need maybe another 4 or 5 months because of the injury?
Uh, Honestly, I don't know. I will tell you that from when I come back from a long pause, it was a strange feeling when I get back in the ring.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I've been in a boxing for so many years, but I get back in that ring, and it was very strange feeling for me. So I catch myself on that idea. I
Hmm.
need to do more. I need to keep myself busy and get on a good line where I'm fighting at least 2 times, 3 times a year.
Hmm.
So this is what I would like to do, and I will try all my best to make it happen.
Hmm.
Uh, I can say after the fight. So yeah, let's do something big. I'm ready for that. Now I feel great. Training
Hmm.
camp going well. Sparring
Hmm.
session going well. Feeling absolutely amazing. Yeah, I can say it, but maybe in the fight I don't feel what I need to feel. I don't
Hmm.
know, but I will say 80% yes, and maybe 20 not yes, not yet.
Okay, what about? the sparring, is it just what sort of intensity of sparring have you been having? What sort of quality of sparring have you been having? Because there's sparring and there's sparring. So you tell me.
Back in United States, in our gym, it was many good fighters who give very good work, different styles, different levels, absolutely. So it was very educated and very good. Now, when I'm in Europe, there is also good local guys.
Hmm.
One of the guys, his name is Granit.
Hmm.
He's a local guy from Munich, also with a good record. Very
Hmm.
quick hands. Um, Another Austrian, Lithuanian guys coming down for sparrings. Everyone is different styles. Everyone is good enough, and you can get your education from everyone. So I really like it.
So when you're in those sparring sessions now, what are you looking for in those sparring sessions? Is it just to get sharp and get match fit? Is it technical sparring? Is it, having actual more close contact tough sparring sessions? What is it you're looking for? Is it a mixture of things?
Yeah, absolutely. It's mix of things, but mostly I analyze in my last sparring. I see what I can do better, what I did good, what I did not, and of course I make decisions and trying to perfect myself on 100%. And of course, you must see every punch, you must react, you must protect yourself, working on defense, very important for heavyweights, working for many things. Mm, Punches, boxing is only three punches, but we are practicing all of the things all our boxing life. So it's many things to grow up and to do, and this is what I'm busy with.
So, I mentioned my Ukrainian friend, Eugene. He's just popped on. He asked the question, how did Fury versus Usyk factor into Vlad's calculation of how to be a champion?
Can you repeat it, please? Because I
Okay, he
didn't
says,
get it.
how how did Fury versus Usyk's factor into Vlad's calculation of how to be a champion? What did you learn from Fury versus Usyk
Oh, okay,
in
okay,
being a
okay.
champion?
Yeah, I
Maybe
understand.
that's how you put it. Maybe that's the question he's asking.
Um, Honestly, I don't know so much about Tyson Fury, but what I like about him, way how he's maybe dealing with pressure, he is a real showman, and this is what professional boxing about. He can do all of the mental games. It's very important. But I know Usyk personally and have a chance to see how he trained, and I can say he's a very hard worker, and this is and disciplined hard worker. This is what you need to become a champion. And of course, Fury have a great talent, but mostly you need to put a lot of work on it, on the top. Not enough just talent. You need to work hard and discipline every day, consistent.
If you had the choice between Usyk or Fury to challenge for the title, this is what Eugene asks, who would it be?
I would choose better Fury because I don't really like to fight Ukrainian fighters if I have another choice.
Okay. I know that it's true you sparred with Usyk before, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've sparred with him and now seen him being heavyweight champion of the world, unified champion of the world, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What does that make you feel like? Obviously, you've done the sparring with him. What does that make you feel like?
It's a great feeling, because I have a chance to share a ring with him and learn something from him, and it's a great feeling.
What did you learn most about Usyk in terms of for your style and your perspective and thinking, well, okay, this is what he's done in the division. does it give you confidence to believe that if you get in the ring and in that similar situation, you can do well for yourself?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's many things what you can learn from every fighter, especially from Alexander, because I see how his game going, what he's doing, way how he's doing, and if he can do it, why I cannot do it?
Okay, fine. So there's a lot of things I want to kind of go back in time with because they're quite relevant now. A few years back, we spoke about Daniel Dubois and sparring, and we were talking about who you thought would win the fight between Dubois and Joyce. And it was because of the things that you kind of alluded to in the sparring sessions back then about Dubois. I had backed Joe Joyce. Since
Mhm.
then, Dubois has, I would say, has grown and matured. What have you thought of Daniel Dubois since the Joe Joyce fight under Don Charles?
Of course, he grew up like a man.
Hmm.
He was in a tough fight again, a very tough opponents. He go through. Some of them he won, some of them he lost, but absolutely it give him wings, to keep going and get that kind of experience you cannot buy. You can only get through hard fights, and this is a great experience for him. What is definitely gonna help him in the future.
And obviously, you did get some time to spar with Dubois as well. I'm correct, right?
Yes, we did a couple of rounds.
Okay. Now, obviously, Dubois has lost. He's come back. He's now IBF heavyweight champion of the world. What are your thoughts on this fight with him and Anthony Joshua?
Oh wow, that will be great fight in my opinion, and it's very difficult to give any predictions because both guys very hard hitters,
Hmm.
um, and maybe who will land first very good punch and who can add something on it gonna win the fight. But I really don't know. In it was some face to face or interview both of
Yes.
them, and they was like it was kind of hot. Um, but I have a feeling that I was have a feeling that Joshua got him a little bit, maybe, but I can be wrong. I don't know. Great fight, absolutely great fight.
If you had to pick between Dubois or AJ, which one would you fight? If Turkey Ashek said, right, you've got to fight either Dubois or Joshua, which one are you fighting and why?
I think I will take fight with Joshua because he's the biggest name. In my opinion, he is a guy who I was looking for and still looking for because he is a great athlete. And share ring with him one day for me will be a great experience.
So now their heavyweight division's on fire. What was your thoughts on Anderson's defeat to Martin Bacoli? Did you think that Anderson would get beat by Bacoli, or did you think that Anderson would have won?
I don't really surprised about that because Bacoli very underrated fighter in my opinion, and I
Mhm.
think he was growing up. Maybe he changed coach or something, but he get kind of better in my opinion.
Mhm.
Maybe mentally stronger. I don't know. Uh, he is a problem for heavyweights because not everyone wanna fight him because pretty sure he's very hard puncher and he using you need to use all your boxing IQ and all your boxing skills to beat a guy like Bakol.
There's a rumor going around that Bacoli's going to fight Zhang in November. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Uh, Sorry, say it again.
Bacoli versus Zhang in November or December. Your
Absolutely,
thoughts?
absolutely great match between two hard hitters. If Bakoli can take Zhang punches, I think he can beat him on the second half, or maybe then can stop Bakole on the first half. I don't see that fight go distance, honestly.
Okay,
And also Dubois, Joshua, I
Joshua.
don't see that fight go distance.
Okay, a little at British level for the UK. You have Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clarke. Thoughts on those two fighters? Great first fight.
Yeah, I think second fight will be also great. 50-50 fight again, you know. Very, very tough. I really don't know. It's so tough. You know, predict heavyweight boxing, absolutely difficult because one
Okay,
punch changing whole
changes
game.
everything. Do
No,
you think? Sorry,
it can
go ahead.
be just something happening in the first round, you know. You can get caught with some, be not focused and get caught with one punch, and it's gonna change whole fight. You really
Mhm.
never know what's gonna happen in a heavyweight fight. This is why it's so interesting always.
Usyk versus Fury. Can Fury avenge the loss to Usyk, or do you think Usyk's got his number?
I think Usyk gonna stop him on the second fight. I think
That's what a
so.
lot of people are saying. I saw some people are saying, "Oh, Fury wasn't fit enough." They have to make excuses for him. Your thoughts?
Um, Fury was through very hard fights with Wilder, and in my opinion, Wilder destroyed Fury. This Fury destroyed Wilder, and they not gonna be the same anymore. And Fury can maybe go somewhere from this point, but maybe he mostly going down, you know.
And the demise of Deontay Wilder, him getting knocked out by Zhang, it was pretty disturbing to see, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. He's Wilder is a great fighter, but he have only one hand, and if he cannot use it, he cannot do anything else. I don't know what's he kind of changed. Maybe some mental changes. I really don't know.
Okay. Favorite fighter of your era, or favorite heavyweight fighter of your era?
Mm, honestly, when you asking me this question, first what came to my mind that is a fight Klitschko against Joshua. I don't know
Mm,
why it just came to my head.
okay.
That was that fight when I was getting so much emotion. Maybe because I was back in Vladimir, you know,
Yes.
because he's Ukrainian guy, and when Vladimir dropped him, I cannot explain my feeling. It was like wow, wow, what's happening? You know, I remember that fight very well. That kind of emotions. It was great. Maybe that is a good punch. But now, how we can see heavyweight division on a fire, so many good fights coming up.
Okay. Dream matchup. Your dream matchup. Uh, if Turkey Ashek says to you, right, Vlad, you've got one fight to make, one dream matchup. Anybody in the heavyweight division, who's it? Who do you want to fight?
Of course, I'm gonna pick up current world champion because it will give
Yep.
me a chance to become a world champion. So this is what I'm gonna do. You cannot say name because it's gonna change so quick now. Definitely,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't. I it's so many good fighters coming up, and so many good fighters coming down
Hmm.
unexpectedly. You know,
Hmm.
I don't know who. I don't want to say names, but definitely I want to go for the world titles. This is what my dream is.
Okay, historically, you could fight one heavyweight in history. Who would it be? One fighter, one night.
Now it's Usyk biggest name, so let me take a biggest name.
Hmm.
I think that will be a best choice.
Usyk?
Yeah, yeah, biggest name, guy who have most titles, most everything. So why not?
So Usyk,
If
Usyk versus Sirenko.
like you said, if somebody give me a chance to do that,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so now where you are at the moment, let's say, who would you, where would, like, in terms of, obviously you get your warm up fight out the way. What's the sort of guy, sort of level of type of guy you'd like to be looking at to say, right, this is the type of guy, or this is the sort of level I think I can make a statement out?
I don't really know because I didn't I didn't study many of them now. Like I said, it's changing a lot. Don't push me to say any names,
Okay.
because I really don't know. I can fight anyone, absolutely, and I want to be in a that shape and that
Hmm.
position where I will be able to come and fight anyone. So this
So
is
how do
what
you?
it's my priority, and this is what I'm working for.
Absolutely. Okay, fine. Let's wrap this up. Let's talk about now. Obviously, your Queensbury. If Turkey Al Sheikh said tomorrow, right, I'm going to start a Super League of boxing. I want you to be a part of
Mhm.
that Super League, and in the Super League, I'm I'm scrapping all the sanctioning bodies, and there's going to be one belt, a universal belt. Or you could fight for those belts, or you can come for this league. In this league, we'll pay you so much money, and there's one champion. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's
One
good.
face, one name, one champion, as Wilder would say.
Uh, that is good, because it's bringing up level of competition. Everyone will be so. Just imagine what kind of fights we can get there. It's,
Yes.
it will be people will be. I mean, fighters will be so ready, so like on fire for that. Definitely.
So
Saudi
you
people and Turkey, they bring in our sport on another level, definitely. So
so you would sign up for that then? That's a
yeah, why
yes from
not?
Sorenko.
Of
Fantastic,
course,
great.
of
That's great
course.
to hear. Okay, Vlad. Thank you so much. Do you have a message to your fans and to your supporters?
I want to thank everyone who is watching me, supporting me. We're going on. We're moving up. I hope to give you a good fight soon. So you see me on a good stage of fighting and support me. And I promise to do my best to show a best boxing ever.
Vlad Sirenko, thank you so much for returning to
Thank
BWTM
you.
Sports. We appreciate you. Thank you for your time. And everybody, thank you for watching and share the video. Let everybody know about Vlad Sirenko, the new signing to Queensbury with Frank Warren and Queensbury Promotions. Vlad, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody at
Thank you.
YouTube and BWTM Sports. We're out. Thanks again.